So, hello everyone, my name is Kush Patel, and this is the professional etiquette task uh, of VFT, that is virtual foundation testing. And today I'm going to tell you about difference between red and blue teaming. So here are some points we need to discuss. That is, what is red teaming, what is blue teaming, the need of red or blue teaming, and the difference between them. So, red teaming is defined as a group of people that are authorized or and organized to emulate or a potential adversary or an enemy attack or exploit the capabilities again using the uh, uh, against the enterprise security posture. So basically, they play the part of an attacker or competitor that has an intention to identify vulnerabilities. So they use a wide variety of red team use wide variety of techniques to find weakness in the people, process, and the technology. They make recommendations and plans to ensure that the organization increases their security to highest level. The main objective of the red teaming is to exploit, compromise, and circumvent, that is to remain undetected, uh, the blue team's defense so that the company can verify their prevent attack and response capabilities. So here are some the red teaming techniques which we are going to talk about. That is, they use wide varieties of techniques and tools to find the weaknesses and vulnerabilities in the system. The first one is the penetration testing, which is also known as ethical hacking. So in that, the testers try to gain access using the software tools like Nessus Pro and so on. OS Zap. The next one is the physical security breach. So basically, trying to get the physical access to the enterprise computer or the system in person. The third one is using a wireless, that is accessing the system using remotely. Next one is the Active Directory. So basically, in this, so they use a direct they use a directory to gain access to the domain. So Active Directory is a database, service set of service that connects the user with the network resources for their works to get done. So basically, they they are using going to use that service which a user needs to do the work. So basically, it's trying to get the access to the domain. So basically, uh, working with the resources of the company, vulnerable file servers and the endpoints. So finding vulnerable file service and the endpoints, and by trying to exploit and access the gain of the system. Basically, we are going to use node vulnerabilities to find the vulnerable file servers and the endpoints. And then we are going to use appropriate social engineering techniques like giving threats or uh, rewards, alarms, your password is going to expire in so and so. Your device is not is security is not good. Uh, the antivirus is weak, something like that, and then we try to gain access to it. Node vulnerabilities are like the vulnerabilities which we know. are present in the organization. The people know that, and then we try to get in and exploit the to gain the access to this. This is what our red team. So, what is blue teaming? So, blue teaming is the group that is responsible for defending the enterprise use of information system by maintaining its posture against a group of mock attackers. That is the red team, demons. So basically, the group has responsible of defending the systems used by the enterprise to and ensure that the systems are not uh, bad enough to not sustain the damage or something like that. So basically, they assess and analyze the information system to patch. To patch means to rectify the system. Uh, they identify the security flaws, rectify that security flaws, configure the issues relevant to security. That means any issues to the uses using the privilege access or something like that, and verify the impact of the security control. So basically, uh, they have set up some mechanisms to and to verify whether the mechanisms are working and how good are they against this. Their objective is to identify the security threats and the risk in the operating environment in the cooperation with the customer. So basically, we have to check the customer's security position, how it is working, like the company's how it is working, and whether the company can able to help the customer sustain the damage or something, and also check the security readiness of the customer's system also. So here are the some blue techniques that we are used as a countermeasure to protect the system. First is the monitoring and detection system. So you are going to use packet sniffers like WhatsApp, SIEM software basically to understand uh, the law, how the networks are working, and so forth. Whether there is any intrusion or something like that. Then intrusion detection system, IDS and IPS. Digital footprint analysis. So here we track the user's activity and check whether by mistake or any by force the user has given some information which can lead to the breach of security. DNS audit. Basically, in this we check how the DNS domain name system is working and how it uh, and whether it can prevent whether it can uh, prevent phishing attacks or web attacks, and also if the DNS records are deleted, then the DNS the website should remain uptime to avoid to make sure that the downtime is not there. And avoid any slate DNS issue. Basically, There are some DNS which are publicly so like facing towards the public, but we don't know. So if they they are like they we get to know about them, we can use something to attack some vulnerabilities to attack them and to which will lead to the downtime of the system. Then installing and configuring firewalls and the endpoint security system. So firewall is to ensure that the access controls are properly configured. So only those who have the proper access are going to pass through the firewalls. Those who don't, then the firewall will stop them. And antivirus to keep the endpoint secure. That is the uh, enterprise user or the customer. Least privilege access. So basically, uh, every user or the system or the device is granted the lowest level access uh, to ensure and only given the higher level whenever needed to ensure that uh, the attacker's movement is like limited only in the breaching in the network in case of breach. So why do we need red or blue teaming? So they are like a military day. Red or blue teaming exercise are like a military drills. So if a country's military is only strong if it can attack as well as simultaneously have a good defense at the home also. Same way, red teaming is there. So they are critical part of robust and effective security strategy. So basically, this exercise helps the organization to identify the weaknesses in the process, people, process, and technology within their network, and also pinpoint the security gaps like backdoors and other access vulnerabilities which exist, and also help them to strengthen their defense uh, and train and exercise their security teams in case of to better respond to the threat. Since many of the breaches have gone undetected for months and years, it is important to conduct red or blue teaming exercise on a regular basis because it is shown in the research that the adversary remains for around more than 6 months within the network environment before they are detected and ejected. But then it rises the stake for the company that the attacker can use this time to set up the backdoors or which and alter the network to provide new access that can be used to exploit the future. So here are the differences between the red and blue teaming. So in this, a red team acts as an adversary, uh, helps to identify and exploit the potential weaknesses. Blue team acts as a defender, maintaining its posture and understanding the threats and uh, analyze, analyzing and accesses the threat to make and help to improve, uh, identify improvements to stop the sophisticated the threats to stop the sophisticated types of cyber attacks. The red team helps in identifying the path that breaches the organization's security defenses using the real world attack techniques. So a red team requires a huge skin along with the blue teams also. So red team requires a deep awareness of the computer systems, protocols, the tech security techniques, tools, and safeguards in the system. They require a strong software development skill in order to make new custom tools to circumvent the common security mechanisms and experience. So basically, creating their own tools to go undetected. Then experience is the penetration testing. So to ensure that the common vulnerabilities or the activities which are easily identifiable are not done, and some other. So basically, think out of the box we have to do. And social engineering skill that allowed the team members to manipulate to get the information or the credentials. Good teaming is to understand the security strategy of the organization across the people, tools, and technologies, identifying the threats and prioritizing the responses according to them, hardening techniques to reduce attack surface, basically to remove vulnerability and ensure that the servers are up to date, patch them, configure the issues to avoid to avoid being exploited. Particularly, it is related to DNS to ensure the phishing that prevents phishing and web breach techniques, and also have a keen awareness of the company's existing security detection tools and the systems and their alert mechanism. Basically, the tools which the company is using, the system, what are the operating system of protocols, and how the system works, how the detection works, if any there is any intruder. That's all from my side. Thank you.